Hi there, so good to see you again on this new PLNTSdoctor episode. My name is Lisa and today I will share all my winter care tips for houseplants with you. As we all notice, the days are getting shorter and darker again. Winter is coming and even though I'm more of a warm summer person, I can't wait for this festive season to begin. Besides winter being a festive season, it's also known as the quiet season, especially in the garden. Most outdoor plants aren't doing much, and the same goes for our indoor jungle. Luckily, our houseplants don't have to endure snow and chilly winds, but the growing conditions inside our homes also change during the colder and darker months of the year. Luckily, all you have to do is adjust how you care for your houseplants a bit, to keep them healthy and thriving. Before we dive into the 9 tips to ensure your leafy friends stay happy during winter times, I would like to point out that different plants can have different winter care needs. So always do a little research to learn the needs of your plants. My tips will offer a good general guideline, but the exact needs of your plant can vary. Want to know everything about your plant? Then I suggest you take a look at our PLNTSdoctor page, where we give all ins and outs about all plant families. I will link everything I use in the description below. Once that's said, let's dive into the winter care tips. Tip 1. Increase light. During winter, the sun comes up later and sets earlier, which means that our plants receive less sunlight than they did in spring and summer. As you might know, plants need sunlight in order to photosynthesize and grow. This is the main reason that plants grow very slowly in winter, if they grow at all. To give your plants as much light as possible, I suggest moving your plants closer to the windows and rotate your pots a quarter turn each week. This way you make sure all sides of your plant get a bit of sunlight. If moving your plants closer to a window isn't an option for you, you can also choose to set up a grow light to boost your plants with a little more light during winter. I have picked some of our best and easy solutions if you are looking for a handy grow light, such as our Henry light bulbs, the Leah grow light and our Elho light garden. If you want to know everything about grow lights, when to use them and what color is best, check out our previous video where we explain all the ins and outs about it. Tip 2. Adjust your watering routine. Most indoor plants need less water during the winter. In winter, plants have a slower rate of growth during colder months. Some even go completely dormant, like a sort of hibernation. Therefore, plants need less water to keep hydrated, and overwatering can lead to root rot. Instead of following a schedule, it's better to check how the rooting soil feels before watering. The surface of the soil can dry out more quickly during the winter months, but keep in mind that it's not a good indicator that the plant needs water. Push your finger into the soil to check if the soil is dry below the surface. When that is the case, it's time to bring out your watering can. A little extra tip for me: don't use cold water to water your houseplants. Use water that is about room temperature to avoid shocking the plant's roots. Tap water can get very cold in some winter climates, so let the water sit for several hours before watering your plants. Tip 3. Pay attention to temperature. When the outside temperatures are drooping, we like to make it cozy and warm inside. Besides curling up in a blanket, we also turn on the central heat and our fireplaces. Although it's nice for us, our plants may not like it as much as we do. Extreme changes in temperatures can cause problems, so make sure to keep your plants away from cold drafts, but also from radiators, hot air vents and fireplaces. A sudden change in temperature can stretch plants out and cause cold or heat damage. Besides that, turning on the central heat can also cause the humidity level to drop. What brings me to the next tip. Tip 4. Increase the humidity. Most houseplants, especially tropical ones, prefer damp and humid conditions. Our homes are often too dry and warm for their needs. Heating our homes during winter makes the inside conditions even drier. Luckily, there are a few simple tricks to increase the humidity in your house during winter. My personal favorite way to increase humidity is to use a humidifier. I'm a big fan of the geurwolkje humidifiers because besides that it increases humidity, it also spreads a nice scent through my home. Look at these beautiful designs. They are the perfect finishing touch for your urban jungle. Another great way to create a humid environment for your plants is to group them together as plants release water damp as they transpire. This is then absorbed by the leaf of plant groups and will raise the humidity around your plants. The same goes for a regular misting session. So get your plant sprayer and let's mist away. A last good option is the old trick of placing your plants on or near a tray of water. Make sure that the plants don't sit directly in the water. Place pebbles or stone in the tray and place the pots on top of the stones. This will increase humidity levels without causing root rot. Tip 5. Keep the leaves clean. After these tips, I won't be surprised that during winter plants receive less sunlight. That's why it's also super important to clean the leaves of your plants and remove dust. The layers of dust on plant leaves can also reduce the amount of light they get. So get a damp cloth or a microfiber towel and remove the dust to give your plants better access to light during the winter. Of course, be very careful of the plant's leaves, as we don't want to damage them in the process. Tip 6. Pause the fertilizer. As mentioned before, most plants go into hibernation in winter, growing little or not at all. In winter they are not producing any new leaf, stems, fruits or flowers, so they don't require fertilizer. My tip is to hold off on fertilizing in fall and start again in spring, as your plants will receive more sunlight then. Tip 7. Be aware of pests. Unfortunately, pests are still active in winter. Winter is prime time for insects to pop up. Aphids and spider mites are common winter pests because they like warm and dry conditions. Check your plant's leaves regularly. You can use a magnifying glass to do this. The one I'm using also has a light. Super handy for when it's darker in the winter. Don't forget to check along the stems and potting soil too. Did you spot a pest? Then it's time to take action directly. We are big fans of natural pest control, which is why we recommend neem oil or biological pest control. Consult our PLNTSdoctor page or check out our PLNTSdoctor video about pest control for easy solution to your plague. Tip 8. Resist repotting and cutting. This tip might be hard for some plant lovers, but it's very important to resist repotting and cutting your houseplants. You may be tempted to get your hands dirty and repot in winter, but that could be a shock to your dormant houseplants. So my tip is to resist the urge and wait for spring to arrive. During spring and summer, plants are starting to grow actively, which means that they can recover quicker from the shock of being repotted or propagated. Tip 9. Pruning time! My last winter care tip is pruning. When your plants are showing the effects of winter, it's best to cut off any browning or yellowing leaves. Pruning doesn't only make your plant look healthier, it also prevents them from putting their energy into dying leaves. For pruning, I'm using this Edward shears. It's super small and therefore super easy to use in even the tiniest plants. And that's it! I hope that with these general guidelines you can keep your plants healthy and thriving during winter. Don't forget to check out our PLNTSdoctor page if you need more information on your plant's needs. If you have any question, you can always leave a comment or send us a DM on social media. If this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be the first to see our new PLNTSdoctor episode, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!